Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a video on showing you what I do to take nice prehistoric photos outside. I'll throw some of the pictures up that I took. I use no editing at all. I have nothing fancy. All I have is the figure I'm taking a photo of. I have my camera in the sun's natural light. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that here in a minute. I'll give some of my tips, kind of tricks of what I do to get these photos without using editing or anything like that. So let's just hop into it. Tip number one I would recommend is have a camera. You can't take photos without a camera. I recommend you have a somewhat decently okay camera. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy, but like a phone camera within like the last 6-7 years is probably good enough to take nice photos like the ones I'm showing you guys here. So yeah, first tip, just have a camera. Tip number two is to have a figure you want to take a photo of. If you're going to be doing prehistoric photography, dinosaur photography, you have to have a figure. For example, this little megalosaurus right here by PNSO. I recommend PNSO figures if you're doing dinosaur photos because they're very accurate, very detailed. The paint jobs are usually very good, as you can tell on this guy. But yeah, have a figure. It could be anything, honestly. It could even be a little tiny plastic dinosaur. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just whatever figure you want to take a photo of. So yeah, just have a figure. Tip number three would be lighting. So lighting is a very important thing in photography. What I like to do, I will be actually going outside and showing you guys what I do, my process after I give you these tips. But I like to go outside either when the sun is coming up or the sun's kind of going down. Because usually around then, that's when it casts really nice kind of shadows, gives you the best lighting. And especially for these small figures, such as the megalosaurus I have here, the lighting will just make it look amazing. Actually, I have a light right here. You can kind of see it's very lit up on the side of the megalosaurus here. If we turn it here, that side's gonna, it's just basic lighting, right? You can always move your figure around, figure out what position you want it, where the lighting hits it the best. That's what I do, It's like, well, lighting doesn't really look good coming from this side, so I'll move the figure this way, kind of, see like, well, maybe that doesn't look good, so then I'll, move the figure this way. It's just whatever looks good to me. Tip number four, I would argue this is actually one of the most important ones, but if you're going to be taking pictures of dinosaurs, make sure there's no man-made objects behind your dinosaur. Because, let's say I'm taking a picture of the megalosaurus here, and, let's say there's like a house or a water pump or, I don't know, like a car or fence even behind the dinosaur. It's not going to look natural unless you're going for maybe like a Jurassic Park, Jurassic World type look. Then maybe that would work, but just for regular prehistoric photos, I like to make sure there's absolutely no sign of human life anywhere, because humans weren't around 66 million years ago and kind of beyond, you know what I mean? So yeah, I always try my best to just keep human stuff out of the photos. Tip number five is also a pretty important tip. I'm still also working on this myself, is that leaves. When you have a dinosaur figure and you put it on the ground and there's these ginormous leaves next to it, that's not really going to make it look that, realistic. Having these ginormous leaves next to your dinosaur figure is gonna make it look like a toy, which, I guess that is kind of what it is. It's a figure, it's a toy, but you want it to look as realistic as possible. So yeah, make sure to try to clean up as much leaf litter or anything that makes it look small. That's a very important thing. Make sure it looks like a dinosaur. It looks big. It looks like it's natural in the picture. So yeah, that's the fifth and the final tip, honestly, I'll give you guys. So we're going to take these tips. We're going to go out. We're going to take a picture of not just this guy, but a bunch of different PNSO dinosaurs I've gotten in the mail, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, let's get to that. Also, here is a bonus tip, and it involves sticks you find laying on the ground. My property that I have here has a lot of sticks laying around, and something I would recommend you do. You don't have to do it all the time, but something that I'm going to be trying out. I've only tried it like once before, and I think it turned out pretty well. And it's you get sticks and you drive them into the ground. Try to make it look as natural as possible, and it'll look like tree trunks in your photo. So we'll be trying to do that with some of the photos I'm going to be taking here in a minute. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Maybe use a few sticks, maybe a few things you find laying around, maybe even pebbles. You can build nice rock formations, I don't know, just something to keep in mind. You can use some little pieces of the environment around you to really make your figures look bigger. Alrighty, everybody, so we are outside now. And we're going to be using some of the tips I talked about. And, the first one is have our camera. I have my camera right here. I'm going to be using my phone camera. That's the camera I use for all of my photos. Tip number 2, have your figure. I'm going to be using this nice Megalosaurus. Look at the lighting out here. It's definitely going to give some nice effects. Depending on where I want it, I can move the figure, as you can tell. But yeah, very nice. We gotta be kind of fast, though, because the sun's coming up right now, but, we need to make sure that the sun is going to kind of cast, nice shadows and have good light in kind of like just good areas to take photos in. We're gonna look around and see, what places would be good at taking some photos for this Megalosaurus figure here. So let's just go kind of look around. So I was kind of looking around, and I feel like this creek area would be a good place to take some photos. I also found this little area. It's kind of like a little cave almost. So yeah, we found a nice spot. The lighting seems to be good. Though we need to also, another one of the tips I was talking about is we need to move a lot of this leaf litter. It's going to be a little difficult to move it all, but we'll see what we can do. I'll move it, and I'll come back and show you guys and see if it will work. So we have the area set up here, and I actually use some of my environment around me to make kind of tree make kind of like tree trunks. So then I'm thinking maybe we can do the camera angle somewhere along these. I can always move some stuff too if it doesn't exactly work out. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this little area. So as you can see here, we got a nice kind of little shot going. I tried to clear as much leaves as I can out of the area. I still need to clear out a little bit more, but I feel like I did a decent job. It should do the trick. So yeah, let's take some photos and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So the photos turned out pretty nice, I believe, for this Megalosaurus. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a few other areas and take pictures of some of my other dinosaurs. So yeah, let's just go hop into that and see what we can get. So another nice little place we actually have are these really small growing pine trees. And as you can tell, it makes a little forest. So that's going to be pretty good. I'm going to be using my Carcharodontosaurus and my Edmontosaurus over here. Not in the same photo, but we're going to see kind of what areas look good and see what type of photos we can get. So yeah, let's just go hop to the photos. Alrighty guys, so we took some photos of the Carcharodontosaurus and Edmontosaurus, and they turned out pretty decently. You know, nothing too crazy, but I do have to say, I do think the Carcharodontosaurus ones were pretty good. The Edmontosaurus ones were fine. It was a little bit harder to, I don't know, for me it was a little bit harder to get the lighting in on the Edmontosaurus. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go and go around the property a little bit, take some more photos, and kind of just see how they turn out. So I'm going to go look around, and I'll show you guys what the photos look like, you know, when I take them. So yeah, let me go and just kind of look for places, and I'll show you what the photos look like right now. While I was taking some photos over here, there's a bunch of turkeys that decided to stop by, so that's very nice of them. What does it look like? 1, 2, 3, 4 toms? It looks like a few hens. Very nice. Good to have friends. So I was taking some Carcharodontosaurus pictures over here because just kind of like the scenery, the lighting looks good. I'll show you guys the photos right now. And I think they turned out pretty decently for what we have. The lighting's pretty good. I believe the sun it's actually going down right now, I believe. Well, yeah, no, it is going down because I've been out here for quite a while taking photos. It's, you know, it could be a very kind of time-consuming process only because, ooh, that would be a good spot right up there. But it's a kind of time-consuming process because it's really hard to get photos that are okay, you know, like decent. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been struggling with for a little bit. It's just trying to get all right looking photos. You know, especially today for some reason. I don't know why. I haven't been able to get the best looking photos. You know, I'm doing my best, and I mean, I think they turn out good. You know, I'm not editing anything. I'm just using a phone camera. You know, like, you don't need anything special or fancy when it comes to doing prehistoric photography. So yeah, but you know, if you guys like it, definitely something you can check out. I do have 2 more figures actually. It is a Lokiceratops and a Miragaia. So I'm going to find some places, take some photos, and I'm going to show you guys those. And also, I might take some more pictures of that guy up on that spot, and that is a spot right there that looks really good. So I'll see what I can do for this guy on those spots. So yeah, let me go do that. Then I'll also go to the spots where I'm going to take pictures of the, you know, the other guys I was just talking about. So instead of taking pictures of the Carcharodontosaurus here, I actually decided to put my Edmontosaurus up, because I felt like we just need some better pictures of it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it looks pretty good here. Yeah. Yeah, I already took a few. Honestly, it might be better to put it on like 1x instead of 3x. I usually take my photos on 3x. Honestly, 1x gives it a pretty nice look that I feel like I'm going to do. So yeah, let me go back to that. So I got 2 more figures I want to take pictures of, and that's the Lokiceratops and the Miragaia right here. So we're going to see what type of photos we can take. I'm sure we can get some good ones, especially since the, I don't know, the lighting right now is really good. Maybe it's because the sun's going down. But yeah, I feel like we can get some pretty decent shots in right now. So yeah, let's go look around, see some places, and yeah, just take some photos. So I found 2 areas actually, one for the Miragaia up here, and one for the Lokiceratops. I tried my best at clearing out all the leaves. It was a little bit, you know, it's kind of hard to get all of them. But yeah, I took some photos. You guys could probably see. I might have showed them already, might haven't. But yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. So, you know what? I think we're probably going to call it here. I might take a few more, but I probably won't record the, you know, kind of like the process of it. So I'll just kind of, you know, just throw them up on screen. I'll play every photo too towards the end of the video so you guys can see. But yeah, I think we can call it a day, and I'm going to go inside. And yeah.